Welcome back, everybody, to the Angels franchise here on MLB The Show 26. Before we get going today, I want to thank you guys, everybody, so much. I mean, 11,000 subs is absolutely insane. To me, it's a crazy number. I just appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Just continue to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new here seeing this. As we continue on with the Angels franchise. What a start. Look at Mike Trout just absolutely killing the ball. Is he going to be able to keep that up for the remainder of the season? Probably not, but I mean, if we can get something of that and have Trout go back to prime Mike Trout, I mean, this team is going to be in contention for a playoff run for sure. So we're going to finish out, I think, the first month of April. See if we can continue this run. We got a 4-game set here against Seattle, the defending World Series champs. We lose the first 3, so not looking pretty good. So we get into game number 4, and we just got swept by the Mariners. So that 11-4 start immediately goes away. We lose 4 there, and now we drop to 11-8. But they're going to be the team to beat, obviously. Still top dog, I would say. Probably in the big leagues. I mean, you got to give the Dodgers every year for sure. But I think the Mariners, when it comes to AL, they're probably going to be the favorite. No doubt. I know they're an 11-8 start as well. They started off slow and just swept us there. But, I mean, at least in division for sure, they are top dogs. No doubt about it. So, now we got a 3-game set here against Minnesota. We're going to, there you go, get right back to it. Get a nice victory. Looks like Elmer Rodriguez is dominating as well here early on in the season. Trout hits another home run up to 9. Rodriguez goes to 3-0, 7 innings pitched. 4 Ks, just 3 hits allowed, just 2 walks. Great job from Elmer Rodriguez. Let's see if we get the ace on the mound for a victory. Rogers, we're down 4-3 as we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Should we jump into this game? Let's do it. All right, we're going to jump in, see if we can continue a nice little win streak here of 2 after the sweep of the, the Mariners swept us. Let's see if we can get one here. All right. Okay, Bradfield Jr. is going to take that outside for a strike. Not great numbers when it comes to runners in scoring position this year with the batting average. And it's not going to improve here. He's going to swing through that slider for strike 3. So now 2 away here in this 9th inning. As Zach Neto will come to the plate. So we're going to need a 2-out hit here to extend this ball game. We're going to walk, obviously, but we're looking for that hit to drive in the tie and run. 1-1 pitch. And this one is hit well deep to right field. It is carrying a little bit. Back it goes, and it's going to carry out of here. Gets over that yellow line there in right field, and that'll do it. Walk-off shot for Zach Neto. Honestly, anybody Angels fans out there watching, let me know when that was swapped instead of the fence. I mean, I'm sure it was years ago to where the line is now the home run there, but we'll absolutely take it. It's gone. And we come out with a 5-4 victory in the 9th. Fantastic. All right, we've won 2 in a row after that little sweep. I think we're just going to continue on here. Discovery. So we've discovered at least 4-3 each week. So we're getting a lot done here. I think we're just going to change up the region. Let's do the West on that one. Man, I hope this class is pretty good. I definitely would love to take a pitcher. I mean, we have the number 6 pick. I would love to take a pitcher, and like I said, you could just never have enough pitching in the minors. You never know how guys are going to pan out, and obviously if guys don't pan out as starters, you just move them to the bullpen. And we're going to sweep the Twins. 3-0 victory. Grayson Rodriguez gets the victory there. Let's see what he did. Adele with a home run. Man, Zach Neto already has 10 stolen bases as well, but Grayson Rodriguez, 8 innings, 5 hits, 11 Ks. Great game for Grayson Rodriguez. All right, 3-game set here against the Athletics. And then, you know what? I think we're going to get into one of those games against Seattle. That's what we're going to do. But first, let's see what we do here in this 3-game clip against the Athletics. Oh, 12-0 victory. Peyton Tolley. The young pitchers so far starting the season looking very good as Mike Trout hits 2 more home runs. He's got 11 on the season. Tolley goes to 3-0. Look at Jose Soriano with a 4-inning save. Another victory against the Athletics. So that's going to be 5 in a row. 8-4 victory there. Trout hits another 2 home runs. He is up to 13. I mean, Joe Adele right now has 6. Robbie Ray only goes 4 2/3, but the bullpen does the rest. Mike Trout is on an absolute tear right now. Insane. And we're going to sweep the Athletics. CJ Gray finally back from injury. We're going to sweep them. So back-to-back sweeps. Christian Moore hit 2 home runs. He's up to 5. Rodriguez only goes 4 1/3, but look at the bullpen. Does the rest of the job. Gets the victory. Wow, we have won 6 games in a row after being swept by this Mariners team. And let's jump into game 1 of this series here in Seattle. Right now, 17-8, but a little revenge we need here after getting swept by this team. Randy Arozarena is killing the ball. Yeah, maybe Christian Moore starting to step up. Everything is working at the moment. That's making me a little nervous because when you start off the season this well, you're probably going to get to a little bit of a rough patch. But hey, if we can kind of stay even, right now looking very good. Look at our rotation. 2.21 ERA over the last 9 starts. I mean, the Mariners have been very good as well. Go to the farm report. Bert Fox kind of struggling. Joshua Lugo, 328, 3 home runs so far. Nicky Hoover, that 315 average, 4 home runs. Rada not bad. Look at Tyler Bremner. Gregory Alford pitching very well. Dylan Jordan now back from injury. CJ Gray. Fernando Rios killing the ball. Our another draft pick. Tucker Flint hitting well in AAA. Man, even down here in our farm system is starting to really step up as well. Is Brian Wu on the mound here for this Mariners team? 1-1 start so far with a 3.69 ERA and a 1.17 whip. I definitely do like these Mariners uniforms for sure. As we got some old school California Angels unis on here today as Mike Trout steps to the plate on an absolute tear to start off this season. He's going to foul away that sinker. Yeah, this Mariners uniform's not too bad. I know some Mariners fans out there have wanted kind of a restart as Trout crushes this one deep to left. And it's going to go foul by 4.5 feet. Almost had another one. But I don't know. I've always enjoyed the Mariners, uniforms. No doubt, as this one is hit well. This one carrying deep. Looking up. And it's going to get out of here. So Mike Trout, what a torrid start here for this veteran. I mean, he is just turning into prime Mike Trout. Number 14 already. We're not even a month into the season. He is on pace for some crazy numbers. But Trevor Rogers on the mound coming in with a lead. 2-1 to start, 2.79 ERA, whip under 1. The ace we wanted, we got him, and he is really pitching like an ace, which is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, back to like the Mariners uniforms, and I'm a big uniform type person. As Rogers gets Naylor there for strike 3. I was a big Ken Griffey Jr. fan, and I've always loved the uniforms for Seattle. Maybe they do need a little bit of a reset, but I don't know much more. I don't know. I wouldn't go crazy with it. I think everything looks pretty good. A swing and a miss for strike 3. Even those, the lettering looks good. Maybe add a little bit of coloring in there or something, but I kind of like the cream type unis. It's pretty cool. Oh, Logan O'Hoppe gets a hold of this one. This one is gone. So another solo shot here in the second inning to give us a 2-0 lead. Man, just hanging some breaking balls over the plate. That is not something you want to do to major league hitters. You got to locate those breaking pitches because if they are hanging like they've done to Mike Trout and Logan O'Hoppe, that's exactly what happens. They get out of the park quickly. Ground ball there. That's 2 away. Nice play there in the second inning. We saw Trevor Rogers on opening day. He had a no-hit big going into the 7th inning, and it looks like he's just continued off that. No doubt about it. Our 2 away here in the second inning. Garcia is going to swing through the fastball for a strike. All right, 1-2 pitch. Can we put away Garcia? Exactly, and he chases the high heat. I've known to do that many a times as well. I feel like those are so tough to lay off of. But look at our offense the last series against the Athletics. Killing the ball. Everybody is crushing. Logan O'Hoppe now has 5. He hits this one up the middle for a base hit. Christian Moore up to 5 home runs. We saw Adele has 6. Obviously with Trout with 14 home runs. Absolutely insane as Christian Moore now comes to the plate. Love a big season from Christian Moore to really, maybe solidify that second base spot. That was the big question going into spring training. And we kind of, by default, let Christian Moore be the starter. He's going to fly this one to right field. Nobody really performed very well at second base. That was the question. You go, maybe if nobody really does anything, off season again, do you look at signing somebody at second base? But if Christian Moore has a solid season, he stays in the starter there, and I have no problem keeping him there. That would be absolutely fantastic. So a base hit from Bradfield Jr. gets 2 on here in the 4th inning with 2 away. Is Zach Neto now to the plate. Takes that outside for a ball. Very close pitch there. All right, 3-2. Runners off with a pitch, and we're going to take that high for ball 4. And now you got the hottest hitter in baseball coming up, Mike Trout, who's a home run machine, bases loaded, and that will be it for Brian Wu, as they're going to bring Carlos Vargas to the mound. Not very good in 7 1/3 innings. I mean, lefties are hitting 500 against them. I'm not sure how many bats that is, but not good at all. So bases juiced for Mike Trout. This could be a 6-0 game real quick. 1-1 pitch to Trout. It was there. That slider just a tad bit late. 1-2 as we'll swing now through the slider. Tried to adjust the timing early on it. And Trout goes down, so it remains a 2-0 ball game. As Brendan Donovan comes to the plate, trying to get the Mariners going here. 2-2 pitch to Donovan, and he absolutely crushes this one. No doubter there. Joe Adele just sitting back there watching that one carry out of the yard, and it's gone as the Mariners finally get something here in the 4th inning. I mean, it's still only a 2-1 ball game. I'm trying to beat this Mariners team. I mean, I just want to get off, they sweep us 4 times. We don't see them, I don't think, for another couple of months. So you just don't want to leave bad taste in your mouth. I want to come out of this and get this series for sure. 1-2. This one hit well deep to center field. Trout rolling back, and it's going to run out of gas at the track, and we'll bring that down. But Naylor almost had back-to-back home runs to tie this ball game up. See the usage so far, almost 52% fastball. Kind of what you do early in games, I think. As that's going to get through for a base hit. I said this last time, but I just think, I don't know what is up with the range. I would believe Neto would have got to that one. Probably have to turn it up after this game. I'm trying not to mess with sliders that much. I've actually enjoyed the gameplay here so far. 1-2 pitch. And I'll foul away another one. The only thing I really mess with is the trade slider. Some of the injury sliders as well, just to get some injuries. But the trade slider for sure. I turn that completely off until we get to at least 2 months in. And then I'll turn it back up to get some trades. Because I think early in the season, I mean, nobody's really making trades earlier in the season. Sometimes we barely get trades and we get close to the deadline with that, extra wild card spot as Joe Adele. Well, we get a solo homer right back. It's all home runs so far in this ball game for both teams. That's gone. It's back to a 2-run lead. But yeah, you're not going to get too many early trades in this season. Trades early in the season. Yeah, teams just feel like a lot of times if they're just hanging around there, they have a shot. You got to make that executive decision. Do you just sell? Forget about it. We're probably not going to make it. And then get what you can prospect-wise. As that is a missed throw there at shortstop. That'll pull first baseman off. And that'll be an E6. Or do you just, keep everybody there and go for a playoff run? And maybe you miss out. Maybe it doesn't work. It's a tough decision. A lot of teams, you wait till the last second, really nowadays, to make those kind of deals. Unless you're completely out of it. Unless you're like the Rockies last year. It was the White Sox a few years ago. I mean, by the end of the first month, you're like, yeah, we're out of this. We're not going to do anything. That's kind of how we were last year. Challenge that, and we win the challenge. So it is overturned, so now it'll be a full count here, 3-2 count. But still nobody down here in this 5th inning with 2 on. 3-2 pitched here to O'Hoppe. He already has a solo home run in this game. Up the middle, that's going to get through for a base hit. So the challenge works out in our favor. coming through, slides in there just in time as Coby Mayo. I mean, be careful how you slide there. That was closer than it should have been. Great throw out there in center field. Man, how close was this? Very close. I mean, if he dives forward, he's way in there. But legs first, that was tough. We get a run on the board. Another one. It's a 4-1 ball game as Trevor Rogers so far only allowed that solo home run. He's really settled in here, and he is the ace that we definitely needed in this rotation as strike 3 to Hamilton. Just moving everybody back. The way Peyton Toley's pitching right now, the way Elmer Rodriguez is pitching right now, even Robbie Ray has been eating up some innings, looking pretty good as we'll strike out the side here in the 5th. So it's just that one guy can really just change your entire rotation. You know, the pressure's kind of off the rest of the guys, and that's what Trevor Rogers is doing for us so far here in this first month. 3-2, runner goes, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Whatever Trout seems to do, I mean, I know we struck out with bases loaded, but right now, I mean, everything seems to be working. As Coby Mayo is going to foul that slider away here in this 6th inning. So 2 on, 1 away here in this 6th. I wasn't sure how this offense would perform this year. But right now, as Coby Mayo is probably going to ground into a double play. And he will beat it out, though. So he beats it out, continues to keep this 6th inning alive. But it's just year to year. I mean, how are guys going to perform as that's going to be a little line out to second base. And I feel like last year was like the worst we've ever had. I mean, everything just went completely wrong. Pitching, really the hitting, everybody had down years. So, just need a few guys to really step up and just help out this lineup a lot. Because obviously, we're pitching pretty well, but if we don't hit the ball, it's not going to really matter too much. Swing and a miss there. I mean, Trevor Rogers has been on the money here today. He has been fantastic. 1-2 pitch. This might be his final inning here. And he gets up looking for strike 3. What a start here from Trevor Rogers. As now we will go to the bullpen as Jacob Junis will come in. So far, ERA not what I want. I want to get those averages down, obviously, the lefty and righty. But it's not going to go down here as that's going to be ripped for a base hit from Randy Arozarena. So he starts off this Mariners 7th. Ground ball. Here we go. This could be a 5-4-3 double play. Exactly what we need. Can't ask for much more than that. There you go. 5-4-3 DP. Now 2 away here in this 7th inning. And a ground ball. Easily played there at first. Out number 3. So Jacob Junis doesn't have to worry about that leadoff base hit. Gets out of it easily. We go to the 8th. Stephen O'Kirk coming in. Now he is dominating. Said this a million times. Bullpen arms, you just bring in 5 new per year and then hope 3 of them really perform. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. A 1-2-3-8 for O'Kirk. We'll go to the top half of the 9th. Oh, Coby Mayo completely crushes this one. This one is long gone, almost to that upper deck there. 4-12, crushed, and a 5-1 lead here against Seattle. And I know I may be getting a little bit too, ahead of myself right now. We're not even a month in. We haven't even got rid of this first month yet, and but it's just great to see that we're playing really good baseball. That's all you want to see, because if you come into this first month and you're just completely struggling, it's like back to the same thing. It's just you don't have any confidence, but we're playing really good baseball. It's great to see. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. We'll finally beat the Mariners here, and that'll be 7 games in a row we've won. 7 in a row after getting swept by these guys. But what can we do? The next 2 games will be the real question. So it was home run derby here today. 4 home runs for us. The only run came from that Donovan home run for Seattle. But Rogers, 6 innings, pitched fantastic. 11 Ks, gets his 3rd win of the season. And we're going to win game number 2 against Seattle as well, 5-3. There you go. Dylan Jordan is back finally from injury. He's pitching so well. Yeah, 5-3 victory. So that is 8 games in a row. We won 8 in a row, now up to 19-8 on the season. All right, so we're in week 4. So the question is, do we want to start scouting maybe some prospects, or we just want to do one more? I think we'll do one more week of, let's just scout third base here. Let's do third base East, and then we'll scout that position. Yeah, let's just do one more week here, and then we'll finish out the remaining weeks actually looking at some prospects. Anything else? I'm thinking maybe international. He's doing West. We've done East. Let's do Central. We have yet to do that. All right, we'll do one more week of that before we get into actually scouting some real players. Ryan Johnson a little bit hurt, but we sweep the Mariners. Wow, 7-2 victory. We sweep them. Neto with a home run. Logan O'Hoppe with another one. Peyton Tolley goes to 4-0, 5 innings pitched, 7 Ks. We are 20-8 right now. I mean, I'm trying to think when we even got win number 20 of last season. And that probably was like month number 3. As we're going to win another one. Nicky Hoover's going to be out for a few days. That is 11 straight wins. This is crazy. I mean, I thought after that 4-game sweep of Seattle, it was going to start to go down a little bit back to, back to reality. But wow, we finally lose a game. We lose to Detroit 4-2. Elmer Rodriguez, his first loss of the season. Kobe Mayo would hit a home run. Enrique Bradfield Jr. would hit a home run. Couple errors from Joe Adell. A 5 2/3, 6 hits, 3 earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks for Rodriguez. His worst start of the season, and it's really not that bad of a start. Fernando Reyes will be out for a couple days. Looks like we lose another one here to the Tigers. Lose 4-2. All right, so we lose 2 or 3 to Detroit. Now we take on this White Sox team. Grayson Rodriguez on the mound. Bottom of the 9th, couple away here. Man at second base. Joe Adell to the plate. Let's hop into this ball game. All right, let's see if we can have some 9th inning magic once again. Grant Taylor, that's way inside. Honestly, wouldn't mind if he got hit there. But Adell, very good numbers with runners in scoring position here so far. 1-0 up the middle, base hit. Campero's going to come through. He's going to score. We've tied this game here at 3 apiece in the 9th. Looks like the Phillies are just the same. They've won 11 straight games in Philadelphia. So they have been cruising. As Kobe Mayo hits this deep to center field. Ball is carrying, but it's going to run out of momentum. It's out at the track. Mayo thought he had the game-winning home run, but at least we tie it up. We head to the 10th inning, head to extras. As Luis Angel Acuna to the plate, and he crushes this one deep. It is no doubt gone, and the White Sox retake the lead here in the 10th, 5-3. Man, that was absolutely crushed. Just left that fastball too much over the plate. Reed Detmer's not good. And just like that, the momentum swings right back to Chicago. And they're going to take the lead 5-3. So this White Sox team definitely needs... What is with the bugs in the back? It's so weird. But this White Sox team, same thing, interesting. And I don't know. They need something. I feel like that division in the Central is so winnable. They just, something needs to be stepped up there in Chicago. This one is flown to center field, so 1 away here in the bottom half of the 10th inning. So we're going to need, obviously, a couple runs here to tie this ball game up. Marcell Ozuna could do that. He has the power. Can we get a 2-run shot here to tie this ball game up? Take that pitch down low. I would take a gap or two just to score a run. Something. Or get on base. Just get the tying run on. And Marcell Ozuna's going to do just that. He's going to crush this out of here. Unbelievable. 5-5 game. We're tied again. He hit 31 last year. He still has that power. I mean, nobody really wanted him. We signed him late in free agency. We said, hey, he can be the DH. And he crushes it out of here. We're tied at 5. Wow, what a game here tonight. If you came to this game here on was it Saturday? It was a Friday night ball game. You're getting your money's worth here tonight. That is no doubt about it. All right, let's go to the 11th. Let's set up a bunt. Look out. That's where you got to put it, though. Put it up and in. Do that again. Looking for that sack bunt. Oh, what? That's terrible. Works out perfectly for us, though. As Lauer, right back to Lauer. No advancement, gets the out. Oh, man, that is so slow. So slow. We threw it so early. It's just very slow. Stolen base now puts him sack fly away from getting on. So the sack bunt didn't work, but now he's over at third base. Ground ball up the middle. That gets through, and the White Sox are going to retake the lead here 6-5. Yeah, I don't know what's up with catchers so far this season. I mean, I feel like we're throwing the ball right away. It's just they're so slow. On the release, it's just very slow. So we got to keep this here at a one-run ball game. See if we can do that as Kyle Teal here to the plate. There. I mean, look how. I mean, that's a heck of a throw on your knees to get him for the out at second base. But still, I don't know if they're just that's animation-wise. They've slowed it down a little bit this year. But it definitely seems a little strange. But White Sox do take the lead at 6-5 as we're going to have a nice sack bunt. That works out perfectly. We move the runner over to third base to try to tie this ball game up once again. Get the order over as well. Zach Neto 2 for 5 so far in this ball game. We don't even have base hit. Like I said, sack fly would work. Sack fly would work out perfectly here. We got some decent speed over at third base. All right, 2-2 pitch here to Neto. And swing and a miss on that nasty sweeper for strike 3. All right, well, Mike Trout got a little bit of a day off. Well, we're going to bring him in here to pinch hit with 2 away in the 11th and see if he can win this ball game. Take that sweeper down low for a ball. 2-1 pitch here to Mike Trout. Ooh. You know what? I don't know. Let's challenge that. That was really close. Oh, man, it just clips. Just clips that little line there and just about there, so it is upheld as a strike. So 2-2 pitch here to Mike Trout. Trying to extend this game. Swings through the sinker for strike 3. And the White Sox, they blow it twice, but finally the third time hang on, and they'll beat us here in this first game of this 3-game set, 6-5. Teal, a nice 4 for 5 ball game. Let's take a look. Rough month for Bryce Theodoso. 103 average and 58 at bats. That's not good. Yeah, Sammy Nantera had a 9 ERA over 4. I mean, that's not. At 4 innings pitch, you could have 1 bad inning. Sean Anderson, 5.04 ERA through 25. See, that's a difference. Fernando Reyes, a 288 average. So our draft pick looking pretty good. Kyron Paris, 321 over his last 84 bats with 11 RBI. That's fantastic. See, there you go. 13 and 13 pitch. Having a lot of runs. Strikeout 10. That's a little bit more impressive, I would think so. Trey Gregory Alford, 1.73 ERA, 28 Ks over 26 innings pitched. He is pitching really well. I mean, our guys in AAA right now are looking very good. But Mike Trout has 16 home runs as we finish out the month. Adele has 9. Mayo and Ohapi with 7 apiece. A lot of home runs here. A lot. I mean, 16 through your first month. I mean, you're on pace to break some records, Mike Trout. That's for sure. Yeah, 352 average. Mayo's hitting 333. I mean, his OPS is at 1290. Peraza doing pretty well. Yeah, Enrique Bradfield Jr., just, like I said, we got to get that on base up. That's it. Sean Well, he's struggling. Gavin Luck struggling a little bit. So is Marcell Ozuna. But Trout, Mayo, Ohapi, they are killing it. Even Joe Adele at an 846 OPS. How's Mayo not going up? I don't understand that one. This is now, all of last season with us killing the ball, now killing the ball here. I'd love to see that green arrow, going up. Let's look at what we've got here. Yeah, 2.5 WAR right now for Mike Trout. How about ISO? 514 ISO? If you're not sure what ISO is, it's kind of, measuring the player's almost raw power in the sense. And I believe the league average is like 180. 200 is insane. Over 200 is like really, really good. And he's almost tripled that. That is insanity. Yeah, the pitching. I mean, Peyton Tolley, Trevor Rogers, both whips under 1. Rodriguez with a 1.13 whip. Yeah, Robbie Ray pitching very well. I mean, Grayson Rodriguez, the area looking pretty good. Whip is at high, but it's only at a 1.36. Good amount of quality starts, really. Robbie Ray and Elmer Rodriguez right now tied for that. K per 9 looking good. Look at FIP. Yeah, Soriano in the bullpen. He might have found his spot in the bullpen, but he can be obviously the emergency starter. Tolley at a 2.52. Everything pitching-wise is just a 180, looking very good from last year, which was just some of the worst you'll ever see. And look at our bullpen. Yeah, Rogers up to 10 saves now. Kerr is dominating. 11 and a third, 14 Ks. Detmers, his whip is very high. He's getting away with a lot of stuff. His ERA should be much more, I believe, elevated than that. But look at our Rule 5 pick. Yariel Rodriguez pitching very well. Yeah, everybody but Detmers. Joyce has struggled a little bit as well. You can see he is at, but still not bad. I mean, 15 innings pitched, 14 Ks. Does have the 1 save. 7 holds on the season. So if he improves a little bit, I mean, right now the setup role is perfect for him. Rogers dominating. I want to see if Trout's still leading in home runs. Yeah, he is. 16 home runs, still leading the league. But look at Tucker Olson with 13. Wow. He's right now tied for third in RBI. But, man, Matt Olson having a great start to the season. But we're 21-11. At the moment, have a 3-game lead over the Seattle Mariners. Man, we've only allowed 91 runs. I think we allowed that through the first 2 weeks last year. Yeah, Astros at 13 and 20. Let's take a look around the rest of the league. Blue Jays at 21-11 as well. They have the lead right now in the East. That division. Even though the Red Sox and Rays struggling a little bit, I think that's going to still come down to the wire. Tigers right now 19 and 13. Game and a half lead over the Guardians at the moment. White Sox we just saw. So you got Yankees, Mariners right now tied for a wild card. Phillies 23 and 10, just a half game lead over the 22 and 10 Mets. But the Phillies have won 12 in a row. Hottest team right now in baseball. They've been very good. Cubs at 21 and 11, 2.5 game lead right now over the Reds. Cardinals at 9 and 23. They might be the worst team right now in baseball. So we'll have to take a look. Maybe the Rockies. I don't know. Yeah, Rockies. No, they're better at 11 wins. But the Dodgers 22 and 9. They've won 8 in a row. Right now a 4-game lead over the D-backs. But still, you have 3 teams right there. The Giants just close under 500. Let's take a look. Let's go through our top prospects here just to see how they're doing. Bert Fox with a 4.56 ERA, 13 Ks, 10 walks, and 23 and 2/3 innings pitched. So I'd like the walks to go down. I don't want to have to send him down to, low A ball. Or, I guess they just considered A ball here. I'd like to keep him in double A, get him some experience. But Joshua Lugo, 293, 3 home runs, 12 RBI, an 804 OPS so far in the season. He is going up, as you can see the green arrow there is overall. So Joshua Lugo, a guy that could possibly make a September call-up, not quite sure. Nicky Hoover, 312, 5 home runs, 944 OPS. This guy, our top draft pick, looking very good. He has ISOs at a 247. On base at a 385. So, lower that strikeout rate a little bit, but the power is there. Man, he looks very good. Very good. All right, let's look at Nelson Rada next. He's going up. 242 average, just 1 home run. Yeah, his ISO power is .081. He's not going to give you much in the way of power. We know that. He is more of definitely the stolen base threat, which he only has one right now. So same thing. We got to get his on base up. But he's outstanding in the field. Really good speed. I just like to see him get on base, get a little more stolen bases, but he is improving. So that's good. That green arrow is going up. We don't want to see the opposite way right now. But Nelson Rada, another guy that might have a shot to make a call up September. Davalilo, our catcher, right now, he is not doing too well in AAA. 203, just a couple of home runs, only a 569 OPS. Yeah, we might have to think about his strikeout rate is at a 27.2 clip. Yeah, we might have to think about moving him down to AA. So that, what I am possibly thinking too, thinking about it now, is backup catcher, really, in the big leagues. Tyler Bremner, man, 1.75 ERA, 1.36 whip, with a 9.75 strikeouts per 9, looking pretty good. Bremner is pitching very well this season. Because I'm not sure how Andy Rodriguez is going to produce this year. He's only 26. So I'm thinking we possibly could move him down and obviously keep him in an organization to continue to build him up. And then, you know, maybe go after a backup catcher for a big league. Could be a kind of a minor trade. I'm already kind of thinking that. As for trades really going forward at the moment, I don't know yet. Still a little early on like big trades. But Trey Gregory Alford going up as well. Potential's going up. That is great to see. 2.45 ERA with a 1.27 whip. Walks need to get down a little bit more. A little too much in the way of walks. But he just continues to go up. Look at Dylan Jordan. 0.95 ERA, 0.9 whip, 19 innings pitched, 14 Ks, only 2 walks allowed. Hasn't allowed a home run yet, I can see over there. Man, Dylan Jordan. This guy just continues to improve, just has to stay healthy. Edmund Samuel, we don't have actually anywhere. He is just sitting there in single A. Let's look at CJ Gray. 2.51 ERA at the 1.12 whip. Man, our pitchers are... This is like best case scenario right now. They're all performing well. I like to see CJ Gray's overall going up a little bit, but everybody is looking very good. Ryan Johnson, 2.73 area, the 1.29 whip. He has a real opportunity to come back up to the big leagues. 28 Ks and 26 in the third innings pitched. Fernando Reyes, our other draft pick, he's out for 1 to 6 days with that bruised arm. But he's killing the ball. 288, 5 home runs. He's got an 890 OPS. Looks like our 2 draft picks of Nicky Hoover and Fernando Rios are really, really stepping up. I don't mind these screens here. It is weird getting back into it, but I like how you can just go into it and see everything right here. It's a little bit easier to see because they didn't have this. I don't think they had the splits last year in kind of the player card. So I don't mind it. It's not bad. It's kind of growing on me a little bit. Tucker Flint is going down, but he is hitting the ball decently. I mean, he's got an 800 OPS, 268 average, 3 home runs, 196 ISO. So, you know, above average ISO. George Klassen, who a lot of people consider going into the real life season the number 1 prospect for the Angels. But Klassen right now with a 4.40 ERA, 1.24 whip. You know, it's okay. But I think he has a real shot this year to make a September call-up. I think he is like top of the line. See what he has first. All right, we're going to get into some scouts. So we're going to fire pretty much every one of our scouts. And then get to now, you know, make sure they're efficient. Make sure, you know, position player or pitcher. So now let's get into actually some scouting, some real players. We have the number 6 pick in the draft. We don't have a second rounder. You know, we got 3, 4, 5, and 6 after that. We got to hit on that one. To me, you know, after the 3rd round, it's kind of hit or miss. Just you're looking for, you know, more of that potential. But that first pick, especially top 10 pick, you better hit that pick. Martin Diaz looks solid. So let's take a look at him. He right there at 11 now. Same thing. I don't always, said before, don't like to scout maybe the top few guys. Now, you probably should. We might do at the end. But a lot of times, if they're number 1, they look like a number 1, they're not going to be there. And if they drop to you, there's probably a reason they've dropped to you. So I think that's how you look at it. Let's look at Richard Morey, another pitcher. And I think we're going to have to look maybe, trying to think where position-wise, maybe first base, maybe catcher, maybe outfield. I'm fine with anything. I think we just need depth for sure when it comes to anywhere in the minor leagues. Right now, pitching is looking pretty solid down there in the minors. We're performing very well. But I think depth when it comes to maybe infield, we're really lacking. So, Manny Villalobos. He's only 18. Maybe look at him. Guillermo Rivera. I mean, look at that possible in the future contact lefty. Present looks pretty good. Good clutch. Really good reaction and fielding-wise. Speed not too bad. Decent arm strength. So we'll look at Guillermo Rivera, I think. I mean, based off that in the initial rankings, looks very good. So that'll be our first 3 guys we'll look at here for scouting. Nicky Hoover's out 2 to 3 months. That is not what I want to see. Man, he was hitting the ball so well. I'll put him on the 60-day DL or IL. That's the other thing I think about scouting needs improved. I think I'd like to see more, maybe like 4 or 5 slots in there for a little bit extra players. But that is going to do it for this one here today. Still off to a fantastic start. Sitting at first place at 21-13. It's looking way better, that's for sure. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Continue to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.